Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Dear Van. It's always a pleasure to have you. As usual, your host will be Vanel and
Priscilla.
Great. So let's move straight to our questions for the day.
Dear Van,
Yeah.
we got married 3 years ago.
Okay.
My wife recently got a job in one of the telecommunications company as a customer service agent. Anytime she comes home, she claims she is tired. I have to do the household chores, but she still complains of tiredness anytime it's time for sex.
Okay.
This is eating me up. What should I do?
Okay. Great. First of all, I think we don't have enough details in here because we would need to know how many hours does the lady work, and what's the commute like? How far does she travel to work? Because if before the work she wasn't complaining of tiredness, then we should know what has changed, basically. And but on the flip side, I would want to state this, that marriage is hard work, a lot of hard work. So on the side of the lady, it's also not good enough an excuse to deny your husband of sex.
Yeah.
And so whatever the situation is, you could explain to your husband that, okay, because I get tired on weekdays, for example, let's shift everything that has to do with intimacy to weekends, and it could work. I mean, both of you could find a solution to this. So my advice to the guy is, give us feedback on the details, but aside that, sit down with your wife, find out what has changed, understand her, and then find a way around it. Yeah. Then I would also want to find out, is the guy working as well? Let us know if you also work. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Second question.
Dear Van,
Yeah.
I have a child with someone who refused to accept responsibility.
Sorry.
My parents forsook me because of this,
Wow.
and I'm suffering. I feel like killing the child to be free because I usually have to force myself on a guy for money to take care of the child.
Wow.
I am dying slowly. Please help.
Wow, this is a sad one. Let me point these out. First of all, don't die. Then secondly, she stated, trying to kill the child to be free. Kindly note, you killing the child will end you up in more trouble. You are not going to be free because you are going to face the full rigors of the laws. I mean, and so what I would say is that go back to your parents, plead with them, apologize to them, that you've disappointed them and all that, but plead with them to take custody of the child so you could go out there to get something to do. I believe that should be a good way forward. So try, go to your parents, plead with them, yes, accept the fact that you are wrong, you've been wrong, and let them understand that you are trying to, right the wrongs. Don't fall into the trap of solving more wrongs with wrongs, because killing the child, it's a no-no. And you also dying, please, your child needs you, stay alive. And so try and make amends. Go to your parents, let them take custody of the child, and then try and get something to do so you could support your child as well.
Skill, because from what she's saying, she probably doesn't have a skill. That's why she goes back to learn for money.
Exactly.
So she could learn a skill to develop herself.
Exactly.
And do something for yourself.
Right.
Yes, so that you don't have to be depending on men all the time for your needs.
Exactly. Yeah. So don't compound the situation. Just put a full stop to the troubles here, and now find a way to untangle yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so we're done with our questions for the day, and we move on to today's trivia. How was your Val's Day like? What did you do? I'm sure most of you spend time with your loved ones and all. And so today's trivia is in line with the Val's Day. Okay, so why is it that men are always at the giving end and ladies at the receiving end when it comes to Val's Day, Christmas, Easter, the man's birthday, the lady's birthday, grandfather's birthday, grandmother's birthday, anything that has to be celebrated, the women want to be given a gift. Why is it so? Prissy, tell me.
Men have been made to be like the carer of the home, and like the men are supposed to be taking care of the women. So most of the times at the onset of the relationship, you usually have a lady going out with a much older man, one that is working. Probably the lady is a student and the man is working. So at the onset of the relationship, it's the man that takes care of the lady, spends on her, buys her a gift, and then since we are trained with that, it probably continues into the marriage. So when they start the marriage and there's an occasion to be celebrated, probably the men are at an advantage position when it comes to finances. They can afford to buy the gifts, and the ladies too can afford to do it in kind. So on Val's Day, most women would rather do it in kind.
Make the
room very nice. Wear that special dress, that special lingerie, and the
men also wear special dresses. You wear your special shirt, your special shoe. Men also give in kind. So what's the point here?
The ladies give every day. We give our time. We give more of our
Men
time.
give their time.
We go the extra mile to please our husbands.
Men
every
go
day.
extra
so
2
if
miles.
you have 1 or 2 special days to pamper your wives with gifts, you shouldn't be complaining.
It's actually not 1 or 2. It's not 1 or 2 special days. It's every day that has to be celebrated. If you are celebrating your birthday, the man has to give a gift. If a man is celebrating the birthday, the man has to give a gift. If Jesus is celebrating the birthday on Christmas Day, the man has to give a gift.
On your birthdays, I believe your wife cooks a special meal for you. It's a gift. Maybe you are downgrading those gifts, but they are special gifts. So you shouldn't see them as ordinary things, because we go the extra mile to cook with our heart and like with all the love we have within us. So we also give gifts. Don't look down on our gifts. The gift is not all about buying material things for someone.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, the ball is in your court. Tell us what you feel. And men, free your mind. Say it as it is, right? But make sure your wife doesn't see the post. Otherwise you'll be in trouble. Great. So thanks so much for being with us, for staying with us on this episode. Remember, no 2 relationships are the same.
Sure.
Cheers.
Cheers.